You know, Daniel O'Donnell was in our studio and is, for my money, one of the nicest young men I've ever met in my life. This is a man who's not only a great entertainer and loves the people that he entertains. He used to spend 4 and 5 hours outside a venue waiting for the audience to come out to shake hands and give him an autograph. There are very few entertainers that will do that. But Daniel O'Donnell has dedicated his life. He sat right next to me here and he said, you know, there are a lot of things wrong in the world, but we can't fix everything. And I can't fix everything, but I can fix one thing maybe. And what he is working on is the plight of the orphans in Romania who are being kept, those that are still under government control, are being kept in government homes that are filthy, unsafe, unhealthy, and they live in iron cages, and they're starving to death. And Daniel O'Donnell came to Sirte in northwestern Romania, and found 300 of these kids and said, something's got to be done. And he dedicated his life to that. He said, I will raise £1 million to build them halfway homes to make them good citizens of Romania and healthy citizens of Romania. He's raised £2 million. He didn't build one halfway house. He has built 3, and after the kids are in the halfway houses, he's bought them a farm that they're allowed to work on and share the profits so they can get back into society. Like he said, when we find evils in this world, we can't do everything about everything. But we can do something about one thing, and he is doing that. I'm tremendously impressed with this young man, and I hope that many, many more take their cue from him. The thank you gifts that we have for Daniel O'Donnell's concert from Branson at the $70 level, the highlights of the concert from Branson. This was a 4-hour live broadcast, and this is from that broadcast. It's at the $70 level. It includes a lot of his guests for that program, like Joanne Castle and Pam Tillis and Charlie Pride. The Gatlin brothers and the Lennon sisters were in that show. Now, Daniel O'Donnell Encore, which is the highlights of Daniel and Mary in that concert for this program that we're watching tonight. The VHS, the videotape, at the $70 level, or excuse me, the $80 level, and either the DVD or the video at the $80 level. Let me put it that way. And it has a lot of extra material in it. They sing duets together. There's a tremendous interview with Daniel O'Donnell, and then you take a tour of his home in Donegal. We have never seen a picture of the interior of his home in Donegal, and you're going to take a tour. That's not too shabby, is it? The 2 CD set of this concert at the $90 level is all 20 cuts of the concert plus 8 additional songs. If you'd like everything, that would be the CD, the highlight CD, the 2 CD set that I just talked about, plus the VHS or the DVD. That's at the $200 level. Daniel O'Donnell, if you love his music, you'll love him as a man, and that's the kind of person you like to support, isn't it? And I hope it's the kind of person you like to support on public television. Because let's face it, in North America, Daniel O'Donnell would not nearly be as well known, or perhaps you wouldn't have even known about him, without public television. That's what we do. That's what we do with your money. Now, this drive is kind of up against the wall right now. We've got about 4 or 5 days to go, about 4 days to go. And we're not that near our goal. We need your help. You know that we are in a financial situation where we must make our goals in order to set aside some money to pay off the debt that we've talked about for so long. We're not going to talk about it now. But you know the situation, you know we need your help, and we ask you to call right now at 1-800-443-1999. We're very happy to tell you when we're doing well, and we're also honest enough to tell you when it's not that well, and it's not that well. Call us.
You know, George was talking just a moment ago about Daniel O'Donnell's effort for the orphans. Not all of us have opportunities to do huge things like that, but each of us have opportunities to do small things that can make a big difference. My wife and I have been coming down here to KCTS for about 25 years to appear here to ask you to take part. Why do we do that? Because this is a critical part of our community, the greater community that, you know, it is the global village these days. This is a chance for you to do something to make sure that this gem continues to sparkle, and that is to pick up the phone and call us. Become a member of KCTS. You see the number right there, 1-800-443-1999. Sure, you're not spending millions or raising millions to do those grand things, but it's like a small pebble in a pond. If we drop lots of pebbles in there, we're going to build a wave that does reach the funding goal. It starts with you, so give us a call.
You don't get a free lunch. And if you want quality broadcasting, dip into your little pocket. It ain't much, and what you get back from it is gigantic. And I think the idea of public responsibility about this quality of stuff, as on Channel 9, it's very important for people to know what they're getting and to help themselves to get it. I think that's public responsibility.
As Janet just said, it is a personal responsibility to step up and support public television, especially now, especially when the need is great. And seriously, to help leverage your money that you are going to contribute as a member, there are companies out there that will match your contribution, and they are right on your screen right now. Obviously, if you work for any of these companies, you will want to go to your human resources and tell them that you have made, let's say, a $100 pledge to KCTS. They will match that pledge. Sometimes they'll even match it 2 for 1, so you might even get an extra $200 for that. Don't forget that the Boeing company also will match contributions for retirees. Now, that's a pretty good deal. So if you are retired from Boeing, and this is the night that you've decided to become a member of KCTS, then call tonight and make that pledge and step up to support public television, because it is so very important to do that. Don't forget that your companies in Canada will also match your pledge money. So call now, 1-800-443-1999. It's a good time to do it.
Hello, emptiness. I think I'm gonna die. Have a blind, my love, goodbye. Have a blind.
The stories about Daniel O'Donnell are getting to be legion. They really are. He used his last dollars. I think he had like 1,000 pounds. At that time, I don't know what that would be worth in dollars or euros, but he had 1,000 pounds. And so he had 2 choices. He could either take that and come to Canada and become an attorney, or he could record a song and take a chance on being a singer. And he took a chance. And he recorded the song. It became a huge hit. Let me get to it here. And it was My Donegal Shore that he did, and it became, I think, like number 4 in the UK. And it started him on his way, and he has never looked back since. He has sold over 5 million albums, and his concerts, as I said, are sold out basically overnight. We just had a call asking if we knew the number for Ticketmaster. No, we don't. It's in the phone book or information. Come on. Gee whiz. But I would urge you that if you're interested in the concert, that's going to be in either Vancouver on the 5th of June, or the Seattle on the 6th of June, or Portland on the 8th of June, that you call Ticketmaster today. I would be surprised if you get a ticket, but I hope you do, okay? 1-800-443-1999. We need your help tonight. We'll be talking to you about that. But for those of you who value public television, who value the fact that we go out and we find the Daniel O'Donnells of the world and bring them into your home, if that's of value to you, we need your help and we need your support tonight. 1-800-443-1999. Doesn't make any difference where you live. If you're watching, you can become a member of the family.
You know, and as George says, we'll take help from everywhere, because, in fact, this signal is seen throughout North America. KCTS is, in fact, North American television. And that's because of all of our magnificent viewers and friends all across Canada. So this is a special message to you, and that is, we'd love to hear from you tonight. Remember, if you call in and you want one of the gifts for becoming a member, your dollar is at par. So it's a great deal for you. It's also very important that we hear from you, because we recognize that as a broadcast station which is now, through technology, spread across North America, we have a quasi-global reach, and therefore we need to respond to that. So the more we hear from our viewers in Canada, the more responsive we can be to them. And the Canadians, you do play a very important part in what we do. As a matter of fact, here's what some of your fellow Canadian compatriots have to say.
You can look at KCTS and you see programming from British Columbia, about British Columbia.
My children get to watch programs that I'm glad they get to watch, and whether I'm Canadian or American, I don't think that really makes a difference. We're benefiting from the program just like our neighbors down south are.
Commercial television, they're after the bottom line. Programming kind of, you know, is a second thought, whereas public broadcasting, the bottom line is the programming.
If I had to choose between a pledge drive and watching countless commercials during the course of a day, or a pledge drive once every few months, I'd pick the pledge drive any time.
I like the idea that, you know, instead of paying for it with your advertising dollars, whatever, you're paying for it by watching it, you know. So I mean, it's totally reasonable. It's a user fee.
Definitely. I think that's worthwhile, and the direct way is, you know, really the best way, because in commercials you pay for it other ways. There's indirectly.
Tonight's concert, the encore concert from Branson, is a combination of reprises from the original 4-hour live broadcast and some new songs. For example, in the second segment, he starts out with, I always remember Louis Armstrong singing this, Blueberry Hill. Then he goes to Traveling Light, both of which are reprises from the original show, but he does a new one called If You Were Mine. Then he does a new song with Mary Duff called Secret Love, and he ends up with a new song singing Adios Amigos. That's not the end of the show, by the way. Don't think he's saying goodbye, because there's 2 more sections to the program. We're going back now to part 2, and as you're watching the program and enjoying it, remember, Daniel O'Donnell came to you for the first time in your home because PBS found him and brought him to you. If you think that's good stewardship of your dollars, if that's where you want your money to go, to find new talent, to bring into your home, to thrill you and the people you care most about in this world, then you will call us tonight. We need your help. We need to keep this going, because good things happen when we work together. Okay, let's go back to part 2.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.